my son was a little boy, I worked as a substitute teacher. It was my first year as a substitute teacher. I had just enough time to get him to school in the morning and get him to we had no money. My mom was living with the two of us out in this place near the dunes, and he was in kindergarten, the sweetest little guy. Nicholas was his name. And I didn't get to spend much time with him, and I was constantly thinking I wasn't a very good dad, but I'm telling you, every spare moment I had, I spent it with Nicholas. He consequently spent a lot of time driving in the car with me from one place to another. But on Sundays, I had to work at the video store all Sunday during the day, and my mom would come out to next door and do the laundry in the place next door, and my son would come in, and I would be working, and he would kind of walk around with me and talk to me, and we'd go around, and I had these little jobs of dusting the shelves, and I also had to organize two sections. I had the documentaries and the comedies. Documentaries was the easiest one, and the only one that I was the only person that had even heard of most of the movies, so of course I was in charge of that section. And the comedies were the biggest section, and they figured I was the most responsible because, hey, he's a dad and he's a teacher. So anyway, I'm over there, and I had this regular thing that I would do when I would go at the video store. I never wanted to recommend a movie before I knew anything, because you go in there and they say, what movie should I rent? And I go, I don't know what kind of movies you like, right? But I didn't want to say that, so I'd say, well, and I'd go to like one of the most popular ones. I'd say, have you seen this? And they'd say, no, I haven't seen that. Well, a lot of people like it. And he goes, I don't know, it's not my type. And I looked, it's an action movie, so no action. And I'd go to something else, and I'd say, have you seen this? And they'd say, yeah, I saw that, I liked it. Oh, and then I'd find something like that they hadn't seen. And that's how I did it. I had a little formula. I would do it again and again. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Maybe you'd like this. That kind of thing. Over and over and over again. So one day I'm over there. I'm alphabetizing the comedy section, which is a big job. And he's over with the new releases. My son is. Now, he had the taste of a 5-year-old. Now, let me just tell you that. And actually maybe older. He's over there, and he's looking at the children's section, which is right across from the new releases, which is convenient because they're looking at their movies, and people can look at their movie, and that way they don't have to leave their kid in the store. But I could see over the top, but I can't see Nicholas over there. So I'm a little worried, but he's good. He hasn't gone out the door, and he wouldn't anyway. He's just still a wonderful person. Anyway, he says, and I see this old guy come in, and I hear Nicholas go, have you seen this? And then he's like, and I don't think I've seen that, no. And he goes, well, have you seen this? And he says, yeah, I think I saw that one, and he's just playing along, this old guy. He said, well, have you seen this? And he goes, yeah, well, I don't know. And he goes, I think you should see Winnie the Pooh. There was a new Winnie the Pooh that had been remastered at the time. And he goes, well, Winnie the Pooh, I think I will rent it, young man. And he goes over and he rents the movie. And he continued to do that. And I was so worried that I hadn't been any kind of an influence on him. And here he is. He has become me in the video store. And Winnie the Pooh, who to this day could not just watch a little bit of Winnie the Pooh? I mean, what a recommendation. So that's my story, Winnie the Pooh, about my Nicholas.